Hello. Well, hi everyone. I am Ember, better known as Emberwishes. I'm 33 years old and I live in the UK at the moment. And I make BL and K-pop reactions on YouTube and Patreon. So, as well as offering commentary throughout a series, I do also tend to do a little review page at the end of every series that I watch, just to highlight what I loved about it and also what I didn't love about it.
So you said you're living in the UK now. Does that imply that you've lived other places?
I did live in Canada for a little bit when I was younger. I've got some family out there. And I've been to the US a few times, but there's a few places that I want to travel to. So you never know what the future will hold. Really long videos. I think that's what I'm most known for. I do tend to have really long videos, but in reality, I think I just try to understand characters in a series a lot. So if you see a character in a show that everybody despises and thinks their behavior is awful, I'm usually the person that's sitting there trying to understand where they're coming from and understand maybe why they're behaving like that. So I'm not really very quick to judge characters in my commentary, and I just try to look into the behavior of each character and what their story is and see their perspective. So I've been a fan of BL for just under 2 years now. It will be 2 years in May of 2024. I actually started my YouTube channel in May of 2022 with the first BL I ever watched, and everything that I've watched on my BL journey is on the channel, so it's just all documented there. So really it's been from 2022 up until now, just all on my channel, which is quite nice. Cutie Pie, Cutie Pie the series. Yeah, there was a comment on a TikTok video, and I didn't really, I've never really watched BL before. I didn't really even enjoy TV shows, but there were comments saying, "Oh, Cutie Pie is so cute. Everyone should watch it. It's so lovable." So I thought, well, I'll give it a go. Well, I got about 1 minute into the first episode and I saw Z. I mean, do I need to say more? I thought, damn, I've got a motivation to watch this series. It was, shallow reasons for sure. But then it was so cute, and it really kind of showed me that actually there are some good BLs out there. And then after that, I didn't think much of it. I thought, well, that was a great series, and I didn't think to look more into BL. But then people started commenting saying, "Oh, you should watch Bad Buddy and A Tale of a Thousand Stars," and they're just as cute, and yeah, it all kind of snowballed from there. I've got a couple, and they're all kind of related. They're all kind of linked, and it's that kind of I love praise and comfort tropes. So it could be something like stroking someone's head when they're upset and stroking their hair, or holding them when they're having a nightmare and they're crying in their sleep. I think I'm pretty well known for loving a good boy line. Anytime there's a line where someone says "good boy," that's it. And I have people that comment and say, "When I saw this good boy line, I thought of you immediately." So I guess that's my legacy. I just my guilty pleasure is the good boy line, that the praise and comfort. I'm just known for it, I guess. Oh, there's a lot. I'm probably a bit too fussy, I think, with my BLs, but I think the big one is the breakup and time jump combo. You usually get it in episode 10, episode 11. It feels like the bulk of the drama of the series has been dealt with. And then at the last moment, the couple split up and one of them goes to a different country. And 3 years later, they magically reconcile and they still love each other. And neither of them have met anyone else. And it's like, 3 years? I got a university degree in that time. Are you really trying to tell me? Let's be realistic. Are you really trying to tell me that neither of you met anyone? You managed to meet up again and you just, what, you fall in love again? You still loved each other that whole time? It's 3 years. Come on now. Oh gosh. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. And it feels like such wasted time that they were just apart for 3 years just to get back together again. It's like, well, why couldn't you just have that conversation the first time? So yeah, I think that's actually affected my overall rating that I've given a series at the end of the review kind of thing. I've actually kind of knocked points off because they use that trope. So that's definitely a no-no for me. Oh, I love so many ships, but I've definitely got a couple where I think I've liked everything that I've seen them in, and I've yet to see something where I don't love them. So I think the main one would be First and Cowtongue. They're phenomenal actors, and they give a gut-wrenching performance every time. You know, they're amazing. I love them. I really do. And then the only other actor pairing really where I've loved every single thing I've seen them in is Perth and Shimon. So yeah, I saw them in as a side couple in Never Let Me Go for Ben and Chopper. Loved them in that, and I thought, these guys have really got potential. They've got some chemistry there, and then they get their main role in Dangerous Romance, and it was great. I loved it. I really would be happy to see something else from them. So at the moment, I would say those two are my favorite actorships. Well, there's several characters that come to mind, and then I think, well, hang on a minute. That's actually a very dangerous world they're living in. They go through some stuff. So I need to roll it back to the fluffy BLs. But I think it would have to be Daonua from Star in My Mind. There's a couple of reasons. I mean, the first one, June, when his character whispers in Daonua's ear and his voice is like in your headphones and you just melt. Yes, I would have that all day, thank you. But also one of my favorite actors in the BL industry is Pepper, who played Typhoon in Star in My Mind. Oh, I love him. I love him. So, just let those two men fight over me. But I can't guarantee who I'd pick in the end. If I was Daonua, I think Star in My Mind might have ended a bit differently. I don't know. I couldn't guarantee. I think I'm kind of at the mercy of my viewers. I really rely on them to say, hey, I think you'll like this. Because one of my things is I like to go into a series completely blind to what it's about. So I won't read the synopsis. I won't really look too much into it. So I really rely on my audience to be like, hey, actually, can you watch this? And it could be that they want me to watch it because they think I'll like it. Or it could be that they just love it and they really want to see me react. But I think since the get-go, I've always kind of listened to their guidance on kind of what really is a decent BL to watch. It has definitely gotten to the point where I get so many recommendations that sometimes I just need to spin the wheel while I'm recording, put everything on a wheel, spin the wheel. But I must stress the wheel is not my friend. It will always pick the series that I want to watch the least every time. So that one's a bit risky. For me, I would say just give me more interesting stories. I think especially recently, some series, they just revert to the same tropes, the same causes of drama and conflict, and it just feels a little bit repetitive sometimes, and you can almost predict what's coming, even what episode things are going to start going wrong. And when we've got series with really unique and interesting plots like Ghost Host Ghost House, vice versa, Love for Love's Sake, that are really kind of creating something unique. Like, give me more of that. Like, give me sci-fi and fantasy and thriller with BL in it. That's something that I really like. Even Not Me is, it's it's such an amazing story and complex story, but it's not just the same kind of tropes over and over. So I think if I could change one thing, it would be the genres and the tropes. Just give me something a bit more unique. Give me an out of this world fantasy BL. I would love to see more of that for sure. From what I can tell, I would say it's a great community to bring people together, kind of, with a common interest. So it can be a real hub of activity for kind of thoughts and ideas, but to help us connect with each other in a safe space, to talk about BL and to discover BL. I love to see a focus on community, so having group chats that maybe you could filter by the series you like, the actors you like, even tropes that you really like. And, if you can then connect with other people that share those interests, you could even have a customizable profile where you showcase your favorite series and your favorite ships, and you could connect with it. Because, reaching out to people can be really difficult, especially in this kind of online world where we're all a little bit more isolated than we used to be. So being able to kind of make friends and connect with people that you have these things in common with, I think would be really great to see. Well, I actually, as part of my reviews that I do, I keep track of the top 5 series I've ever watched, and they're always contending to see, are they going to lose their spot? So really, it's just about narrowing it down and eliminating 2. So I would say Not Me is probably one of the best BL I've ever watched. I watched it over a year ago, and Sean White are my comfort couple. Off-Gun are great in that. It's a really it's an important series to me. It discusses a lot of topics that I think are really important. So that one probably will forever be somewhere in the top 3. After that, I would say the last series I watched was Love for Love's Sake, and I love it. I love it. It was so great. It's so great. It's a favorite for sure. It's got that unique concept. It's got a plot that keeps you guessing, and the couple in it, they have such great chemistry. I mean, I fell in love, honestly. So that one definitely, at least for now, that one's definitely up there. And then the other one I would say has to be Light on Me. What a precious series with such sweet characters. I would launch myself in the sun to protect those characters. It has it has peak comedy, it has some really romantic lines, it has some heart-wrenching scenes. It's just a gem. It's such a gem of a series. Well, we have to be careful not to traumatize them too much if it's their first BL. So I think we need to stay in the fluffy zone. I would say you can't go wrong with Our Dating Sim. It's another comfort series for me. It's very wholesome. Kite is another character that I would protect at all costs. So I don't, and it's not too long either. So for a first BL, I think was probably a good pick. If I get to say more than one, I would have to say a vote for Not Me as well. I think not just because it's amazing, but because it's not all about the BL and the couple. It's got its own story going on. I think it's probably a good way to kind of ease into BL where it's not just the focus of the entire series. So that's probably a good one as well. But again, we don't want to traumatize them too much. That's not an easy series to watch. So Our Dating Sim first. Well, on YouTube and Patreon, I am Emberwishes. My Patreon is completely free as well. You don't need to pay to watch any of the reactions on there. And I'm also on Twitter. My tag is at EmberwishesBL because Emberwishes was taken for some reason. How dare they? And also, if you like fan fiction, I do write the occasional fanfic, and I put that on Archive of Our Own. That is Digital Alice is my name on there, so you can find me as Digital Alice. I think I might be trying my first GL soon with 23.5. So it might be time to give that a go. And yeah, I just really need to get back into some series. So I think it will be coming that way. I think again soon, where I'm spinning the wheel or whatever I need to do to go through with that. Well, thank you for having me. It's been great.
Anytime they can veer away from we're in high school, I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, please give me the gangsters, fine. Give me the ghosts, give me the video games, give me like I'm all about it. Like Dead Run Forever. I'm like, okay, yes, give me B slasher movies. Yes, I love it. Like, just...
Absolutely. BL doesn't need to be boring, you know. We can have all these different stories. So yeah, absolutely.
Yes, people can be in love and also running from axe murderers. It's fine. They can be ghosts and in love. Like, this is... I always think it's so funny when... Because, like, whenever I'm recording, I don't really think about what's coming out of my mouth. I'm just like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I always think it's so funny what random stuff comes out of my mouth that people just kind of latch onto. And then, like, 6 months down the line, I'll get a tag on Twitter or something like, hey, this made me think of you. I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you for the random shirtless man. I appreciate you.
The best gift.
The best gift. The gift that just keeps on giving. UK, I think 8 or 9 years ago at this point. Loved it. I felt like such a tourist. Because one of my friends, I guess, imported himself a British husband and then went over there and got his citizenship. So now they live over that side. So I went over to visit, and like everything was just so beautiful. I'm like, oh my god, everything is just gorgeous. And I'm taking pictures. I'm like, what is this place? And like, I don't know. It's an office building. Calm down. I'm like, but the construction and just everything is so beautiful here. And I'm like,
it's always wild to me to hear people say that they came to England and loved it. And I'm like, you came here on purpose and you liked it? That's so wild.